Hey guys, today I'm going to give you guys three awesome trade ideas. And I mean, these are going to be awesome monster trades. I think they're going to be huge and they could be real game changers. So watch this video to get all of the action and possible profit opportunity. And I'm going to talk about some other stuff too. So just bear with me. Uh, and of course, I always want feedback. So let's just jump right in. The first monster trade is CAD yen. And I'm going to do stock trades too, by the way, because I've been totally slamming and jamming on the stock trades. It's been really good recently. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look. So this is CAD yen, right? CAD yen. And what I want you to see here is something called a double top. Okay, and there's a little bit of a thing here, and maybe actually you know, the double top is the big thing, but you can see it actually hit a tip here, one here, 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 here. So there's actually 5 tops, really. And by the way, this is a weekly chart because I know somebody might not know this. It's a weekly chart. So that means it's a big time frame. And I like to look at the weekly time frame because currency trading is really hard. If you look back at my last post a couple videos ago, I said currency trading's hard. You can actually go back and watch that because of leverage if you're interested on how to really succeed there. But anyways, I like looking at the big picture. And so I also look at zones and boxes, right? Zones and boxes. And so if we're going to, I drew this big box here. Price is inside of this big box. Okay, you can see it. So I drew the box, right? Look at what happened the last time it dropped out of the box. So a lot of times when something happens, it will happen multiple times. Okay, it'll happen and it'll do it again. That's called patterns in the market. Now, I want you to also see something. The last time it dropped out, it went here. Very nice move. Okay. However, there was an opportunity. It's actually interesting. It's the exact same price, but there was an opportunity to get into the trade before the box. So let me just delete this and I'm going to zoom up to the other side of this trade. Let's zoom up a little. Okay. Now let's look. I want you to put your eyes over here. And we want to really notice something here, that there was a trend line here and a big breakdown candle here. So it's easy to enter and just be patient, wait for it to get out of the box. That's fine. Okay, no problem. Or you could try to get in a little bit early and get on the breakdown with an anticipation that it's going to break out of the box because it already did break the trend line. We already have one break. We have this happening, this happening. So we got 2 rejections and a big candle down. Okay, you see the last time it had a big rejection, it held. This one held, but then this one did not. And then if you look even further here, you're going to notice that this retested and then broke. And so one of the things I think I talked about in a recent video, I like to see the break. Oh, that was actually my alligator indicator strategy. If you go back and look at that, it's called the break and the hook, right? And so right here was the break and the hook, right? And we got that going. And then see, this is the hook back, right back up. And then it went and we had a nice move, right? And it actually went from 104 all the way down, if we talk over here, to 93, all the way to 93. So really good trade. That's about a 10,000 pip move, I believe, if I was going to measure the marker. But just a great move. Okay, so now we're going to fast forward to what we can look at now. Now, and you know, I take my time on these analyses just because I want you guys to really grasp these concepts. So what do we have right now? Okay, let's just let me know if you can see this. Let me know in the comments. What do we have? We got the double test. We got the box. And actually, there's a box right here. Okay, there's a box right here. Okay, you see that box? It broke out of that box and it tested the bottom of this one. It tested the bottom, but it didn't go. Okay, so now what are we looking at? What can we see? I'm just going to delete some more stuff here. adding and deleting. So now what we got, the break and the hook. We got the hook right here. There's the hook. Okay. Break hook. It means retest. And now I'm looking for a go. All right. So what am I doing here? Well, for now, I have one trade right here. Okay. Just a tiny little one because I am just testing the waters. Okay. No big deal. And I do have a stop. You can't see it, but it's way up here. Let me just prove it to you by zooming out a little bit. But yeah, I do have a stop. See, it's right there. Okay. Let me just, you guys, there it is. The red line, just to prove I've got to stop. All right. Now, just in case I'm wrong, right? And as a matter of fact, that's a safety net because if it closes above this yellow line, I'll be out anyways, right? That's just a safety net, just for me. There's no way I'm going to let it get to that big of a loss. I just would rather watch it manually. And, I just hate getting, maybe it's just me, but I hate getting whipped out, right? So if I put my stop right here and it goes and whips me out and then goes down, like, that bothers me so much that I'm just not going to do that anymore. So anyways, I got a little piece on here. I'm looking at adding again when we see the breakdown. So let's go ahead and look at it on a lower time frame here. Lower time frame, we're starting to get some action. We got a nice, I just love these megaphone patterns, right? Megaphone pattern, baby. We got the box. This is a megaphone pattern. Okay, so what's going to happen? Well, if it breaks out of here, we got some good room to right to where my entry is. 107.33, 106.90 is where I have my position. So I might even take one here and try to ride it back down to my original position to just close that out for a quick trade. Okay. But remember, I'm always looking big boy, big long-term trades. Okay. I like the big stuff. So again, I'm looking for it to break down here. If it breaks out, I'll probably add a position. But again, it's over the holidays. So whatever, I'm telling you this now, not because I want you to trade it next week. I want you to put it on your watch list. I want you to analyze the price action and see what you can learn. Maybe take some practice trades or whatever. But over the Christmas break holidays, probably not the smartest thing to be trading over. I still have some positions open for long term, so it's usually not a big deal. But there's less volume, less liquidity. You can get some crazy spikes and stuff like that. And it doesn't always act right. So do the right thing and manage your risk first. Okay, so that's CAD yen, and I took a long time on CAD yen, and so now I'm going to switch to some other things, just so you know. But where would I be looking at? Oh, you know what? I'll just tell you two more things. I got time. The other thing I would say is this would be a first great target, but then if it breaks this is the M pattern. My good friend John calls it an M. I call it a double top, whatever. But if it breaks and comes down, we got the full M, and then it comes back and goes like that. Well, then we could have even further move. Okay. So one thing I will note that with this environment, I'm not much of a fundamental guy, but they said there could be rate cuts. If the CAD government starts cutting rates, you can see that start to move. Okay. Now, the other thing we could note is that this follows the US yen. Right? Just another little bonus. The US yen's already made this move. Okay. And I have been trading it like crazy. I've been trading the US yen version of this really well and been making, and I'm not like, this isn't a brag move. Okay. I'm not bragging. But I could go back. There's a thing that where people, and I laugh at myself. I'm the only person that laughs at myself. I laugh at my own jokes because no one else will. But I could go back right now and show you my Twitter account. Go look at it yourself if you don't believe me. But I called a US yen short a long time ago on Twitter, like weeks ago. Okay, so let's look at US yen now. You can see, look at the trend. Oh, it's brutal. Okay, so I actually, and who cares about what I do? But I don't care what I do. I just want to see you guys be successful. It's not about me. It's about you. Okay. But anyways, I double top, break out of the box. I called this around 149 and I rode it all the way down and I just got out. It was a monster trade. And so now what am I doing with it? Well, I'm just pulling back and getting back in on pullbacks. If you notice, like this, I wanted to close out at the end of the week, so I just closed them out early. But you can see here on this little pop here, I was like, okay, I'm done. We might get a pop up. So I'm just waiting now. I'd like to see it bounce a little bit, and so I can get back in. But yeah, so it's following the US yen. The US yen's already made the move, and so now we get a second chance to probably get in the CAD yen. And if we look at this CAD yen, this was a monster trend for 3 years. And so if we're starting a nice new 3-year bull market, we could really get some moves on this, right? It could, who knows, we could end up right back down here. So good stuff happening. Now let's go to the stock stuff. Now, I would like to say is I'm thinking about doing a 2024. I'm packing this little nugget right in the middle of the training today to say that in 2024, I've got a big comprehensive plan, and I just barely touched on it, but I want to put a lot of work into it and see if you guys wanted me to do like a live training right here on YouTube where I go over the entire strategy for 2024 live. I wanted to know if you guys want to do that. If I get, the last time I said I want 10 comments, I'm on a roll right now. Let's see if I double it. If I get 20 comments, and I'm hiding it in the middle of the video to see if 20 people watch this far, but I want to know if you guys want to see my 2024 plan. I believe that I could see a 10x growth period with my 2024. I believe that with all my heart, because I think this is the year, right? So I would think that it would be really wise for everybody to do that. Oh, and so yeah, if I get 10 comments, a bunch of likes and whatever, no, 20. If I get 20, I'll do it because I know I'm getting some traction here and that I'm getting some effort. It's not that I don't want to help you guys, but I need to know that my labor is not in vain. Yeah, that would be great. And by the way, this is a prop account, which is going to be part of my 2024. I'm circling CAD Yen Weekly, but this actual account is a prop firm. It's a 50K. And one of my strategies is going to be that I'm going to execute the exact same prop strategy that I taught you guys earlier. If you go back, it's a how to go from $500 to $1 million. I'm actually doing that, and I'm going to share the journey on YouTube. So it could be cool for some people. But this is the first part of that plan. All right, enough dilly-dally Yahoo stuff. Let's go and get into the stock trades. Okay, we're going to start with Robinhood, right? I have been trading Robinhood, and you see this box here? This box, I just did a new trading service, and I'm going to relaunch it here very soon. I didn't sell too many copies of it. But I just did a trading service where it's called 52 Trades, where I do one stock or options trade a week. And with that, I've been doing really well, right? Because I'm using weekly charts. It's the magic of the weekly. But anyways, I've got long on Robinhood on this break at 10.69. And then I got out right up here at 13. So it was the best trade I've made all year. It was a monster, and it was really a monster because I went in with 20 options contracts. And if you know anything about, and this isn't about just to tell you about how great I did, because it's about the future trade here. But anyways, if you know anything about options, which some of you do, some of you don't, one contract, when you buy an option, you buy a contract. So that's 1C for contract equals 100 shares. Okay, that's how it works. Well, I bought 20 options contracts, okay? And so 20 contracts is a total of 2,000 shares, right? So I essentially got 2,000 shares of Robinhood, and it's cheap. That's why, right? It's not like I've got this $1 billion account. It's just that they're cheap. So I bought 20 contracts, but the thing is that thing rocked, and I made a ton of money. Well, I got out. Why did I get out? Because look where we're at, right? We've got this big box here that's going long term, okay? Now, Listen to this. This is a monster. Okay, this could be a game changer. And I want you to see something that I noticed when I did it is this big volume spike. Okay, a lot of people are buying here. Do you see that big volume spike? A lot of people are buying. So this is a game changer. Okay, but I'm not buying it yet. I'm waiting for it to break. If it comes down, I might add a little bit, or if it comes down here, I might get in. But right now I'm flat. But I want you to understand of the potential here, because Robinhood is a good company and they're growing. They've changed the world for trades. They've changed they've game changed it. If now everybody trades on Robinhood on their phone. This is a game changer. Now, we're going to do a comparison here. I want you to see Coinbase. Okay, just to give you some real understanding of the potential wealth here. Okay, so Coinbase, man, Coinbase had a box right here. And it was kind of a weird box, but it was a box nonetheless. Let's just first I'm going to draw this box. Okay, you see there was a box here because it trusted, and then it broke out, but then it came back in. Okay, and why did it break out? Well, because the box was a little bit bigger. It was a bigger box. Okay, well, guess what? This thing was insane, and I actually got in on this one, and it's so crazy how big this move was. I mean, this thing broke out. Let's go to this other box. It broke out right here at $88, and it's at $175. It has literally doubled in a month. Okay, and if you buy options, you can 10x that. So this is a possible to 10x or even more depending on the option that you buy. This was a crazy trade. Okay, now why is that so important? Because the same type of trade is setting up in Hood. Just like I told you before that the CAD yen had an opportunity to really make it happen, to go crazy, because it's following the US yen. Now we can see that Hood can follow Coinbase. Now, I already got the first part. Just like in Coinbase, there was two parts. There was the top of the box, and then there's the bottom of the box. So how big and how far can this go? Well, I like to go look at some of these old highs. Just like Coinbase, Coinbase was an IPO. It could go up to the highs. This thing could potentially get all the way to 85. No joke. I'm not saying that that's going to happen. Remember, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not telling you that. I'm not saying that I've got a magic crystal ball that's going to make you rich. I do say that there's a potential that this type of a trade could be a game changer, because this really could happen. And so how do you take advantage of things that could happen? Is you put yourself in the game. You take a position. You don't do stupid, crazy stuff. And if it goes against you, you put yourself in the position. So here's how awesome this is, how easy and awesome it is. Okay. We buy something, either you buy 2,000 shares, you buy some options, whatever, when it breaks. Okay. We buy that. And then if it goes up really high, great. But if it doesn't and comes back into the box, we close it for a small loss. That's why trading is so awesome, because we can either blow up or just take a very small loss and it's not going to hurt us, right? And so if we let this thing go, this is something that could keep going up and up and up and up, and you're just going to get a total awesome trade. Okay. So there's this, I'm taking my time on these and I'm trying to really emphasize the importance of this, but when this happens, I am going to go in with a vengeance, because Robinhood was already one of the best trades of the year. I don't know if it was the best of the best. Coinbase might have been the trade of the year for me. I think I already talked about my best trade of the year. Robinhood is up there on the list. Okay, and it's a crap stock, right? Right now, the chart is crap. The stock itself is great because they're growing rapidly. Their revenues are going to, I believe some of their earnings, look, 467 million, 486, 441, 380, 380. I believe that, see, their surprise was down, but the volumes are up, trading is up, market is up, and they've been doing some stuff. So here's a little secret. Robinhood has a bonus inside of their account where they say you get 1% if you transfer your account over. So if you're a millionaire and you got $1 million trading account, and you get a 1% bonus, that's like pretty attractive, especially since Robinhood has no commissions. Oh, wait, let's see. $10,000 of straight cash for free. I'll take a $10,000 Christmas present. You know what I mean? And they're saying that. I see it every time I log in. Get 1%, get 1%. I'm thinking, man, they're getting more money into their platform. They're getting more users. They started with the college kids, and now they're getting the big boys, right? They're getting the big fish. The whales are coming. And so I think we're going to see some earnings surprises later on, and that's going to drive this thing up big. Okay, so that's my Robinhood trade. Let's keep going because I got some more big ones, right? This is IWM, and this one's an index, but this one's you can see I actually already have a position on this. Because why? Because it just broke. So this is a big box. And so I think, we got 159. I think we're going back up to 240 all-time high and beyond. The size of this box is what I'm looking for the advancement. So right here, if we just count the numbers, 160 to 200, that's $40. Okay, that's $40. All right, I'm in the trade and I'm going up. I'm looking for 40. I'm looking for 40. So I'm going to try to hold this for $40. And that might even be too early because it could make an all-time high. Let's go back. Oh, this is a daily. Let's go to a weekly. If it breaks at 240, makes an all-time high, where could it go? Look at these moves, right? When all-time highs get broke, see, always look at the past. It doesn't mean that it's going to happen again. We don't know what's going to happen, but look at all-time high. Where did it go? That was in 2015, right up to 160. Where did it test? See, this is the market. These lines are so good. These support and resistance. Look at this. All-time high here and here. Where did it go? Look, right there. Like, go figure. A smart trader was doing what here? They were buying. And unfortunately, I wasn't that smart. That wasn't that long ago. I should have loaded up here. Casey, where were you? What were you thinking? But anyways, I'm here now, and you're with me. So thank you for being here. But anyways, you see that, right? Big move on the all-time high break. Okay, so let's think. Let's calculate. Let's use our analysis to help us make money. This move right here on the all-time high was really, really big, right? We had that 2015 one was really big, right? But then we had another one. So this one was a big move, break all-time high. This was an all-time high big move, okay? Well, what's this one going to do? So I'm holding this to 20. I'm holding this to 237, but where's it going to go? We don't know. But it could be, we could look at the big 300 number, okay? IWM 300, okay? I'm doing it. I'm doing it. So one more trade for you all. I'm going long, but I think this content I'm teaching as I'm going, so I think you guys are going to love this stuff. But if I don't, if it's too long, let me know in the comments. Let me know if this is garbage, because I have a lot of knowledge and I have some skill. I'm not bragging, but I do. It's taken me 30 years to get it, and I'm still very messed up, but I have some things I want to give to you. And I just take my time on these videos, so I hope you enjoy it. Okay. There we go. One more. All right. And I have more, but I'm only going to give you one more because I'm going to run out of time. All right. Pens just broke the box a couple weeks ago. I missed it. So I like this trade because why? Because of the up here range. I'm going to draw a big old box here. And I love these boxes on this chart, by the way. This is a Webull chart. If you're interested, I can get you some free shares if you want Webull. I can get you some free shares for Robinhood too. I'll put those links in the description now that I mention it. But look, this is a barely started. Lots of upside. I think I'm a little late to the party because it's gone from 30 to 37, but it's only $7. It's still got another 30. I just don't want to get in right at this price. So let's look at a lower time frame. It's stalled out here. I'd love to see this come back down here. Okay. So I personally want to get in at the 33 level. If it doesn't happen, if we don't get the drop, that's okay because I'll take it anyways. But right now, these options are expensive. You can see that big volume candle and the volume starting to shrink. So I'd love to see this. It might not shrink at all. It might not come down here, but I want to see it get here. That's what I want. If I see it at 34 and the 30, if I see it at 34, I'm going to be actually 35 is probably where I'll get in. Okay. And I'll put an order in actually. I'm going to put an order in soon at 35. Try to really see if they'll take it and bite. That would be awesome. Okay. All right. Well, again, thanks a lot. I'm going to do a Christmas video in the next couple days. And I want to know if you guys are interested in learning about my 2024 plan, because a strategy is good, but you got to have a full plan. And I wanted to unveil mine live. I already talked about it a little bit, but I'm going to be doing crypto. I'm going to be doing Forex. I'm going to be doing stocks. I'm going to be doing options. I'm going to be doing buy and hold. I actually have a big plan, and it's like 6 or 7 different trading accounts, and it's a little intense. Not everybody has to be as intense as me, but I do know that it's good to have, a basket of things. It's good to have a basket of things. And so I'm going to lay it all out if you're interested. Again, I need 20 comments, a bunch of likes. Let me know. But thanks. Have a great day, great holiday, great Christmas. I'll see you soon.